Oh dear, dear, dear. Le Mans Ultimate. Right. Pick the bones out of this. Where do we start? Now, today's going to be a bit of a talky video. So if that's not your thing, please feel free to click off now and go and watch something else. This is going to be me just talking unscripted, like almost like MTV Unplugged, but without the guitar and without the singing. And from time to time, something happens in sim racing which causes a little bit of controversy. iRacing did it a while ago, and I covered that on the channel with the grass dipping shenanigans at Spa, which was pathetic. I covered that. And LMU are going to be introducing something in version 1.4, which I think, being blatantly honest, is a bit shoddy. And I don't think it's good for online ranked sim racing at all. Now, some people might not have a problem at all with what I'm going to talk about, which is completely fine. But a few people have asked for my opinion, so I'm going to give you it, like it or lump it. So we'll just wind it back a little bit. So Le Mans Ultimate is a cracking title. Like, I've got nothing but respect for the people that make the game, that work for the game. I think they've done an absolutely amazing job and they've made some really good decisions, and it's really popular, and it shows that what they're doing is working, and it's growing and growing and growing. And I really get on with all the guys at LMU, and I'm only making this video because I care about what they do and their product. And I've got a feeling that this is going to steer it down a bit of a dodgy path, and they're going to get a bit of flack. So you buy Le Mans Ultimate, however much it costs now, I've no idea. It's a couple of years since I bought it. And then you buy the DLC. No dramas. That's basically how any title operates now. But on the back of that, there's a subscription model, which you can either pay monthly or annually, and you get a few extras. So there's Race Control Lite, which is free. There's Race Control Pro, and there's Race Control Pro Plus. So let's have a look at what you get right now for your money if you subscribe monthly or annually. So you can see on the left there, Race Control Lite. Now, this is free, doesn't cost you a penny. So you've got access to driver profile, weekly events, special events, daily races, practice servers, join and create hosted servers, and a free team. You can see there the rest of this is grayed out. Now, moving across to Race Control Pro, which is $7.99 a month or $48 per year, but that's plus tax. So you get access to the first few, which are included in Race Control Lite, but you also now get access to a premium team, which can have up to 100 members. Then you get custom liveries, access to online championship, access to extended registration, and incident protests for online championship. But then the bottom two are grayed out, which is where we move over to Race Control Pro Plus. Now, this is $13.99 a month or $84 a year annually. So you get access to everything what you get access to in Race Control Pro and Lite, but at the bottom you get access to all of the Le Mans Ultimate DLC and all of the R Factor 2 DLC. And I think the Race Control Pro Plus is a cracking deal. $84 a year for all the DLC on Le Mans Ultimate, all the DLC on R Factor 2, and all of the extras that you get with the subscription. But I've made this point before. If you're paying that much annually for a subscription, you shouldn't have to buy the base game. Now, I don't even mind having to buy the DLC. Like, I get it, but I don't think you can have two bites of the cherry and expect somebody to buy Le Mans Ultimate and then pay annually. That's just my opinion. Give people the base game for free if they subscribe, and then they can buy the DLC. You know, a bit like iRacing. Same kind of model. Now, a couple of things I'm going to talk about now are the things that are being introduced in version 1.4. And in my opinion, one of them is one of the most stupid things I've ever seen in sim racing. So in version 1.4, people that subscribe and pay for Race Control Pro and Race Control Pro Plus get access to extended practice servers. Now, in my opinion, anybody that signs up to Race Control should have access to practice servers. It says on the list there now that you do get access, but they're about 30 minutes long. By the time you've got out there, warm the tyres up, you don't really have much practice time left. So that's the first thing. I don't think practice servers should be behind a paywall. An alternative to that for me would be to include not the practice servers, but in the offline single player game, have a section in there where you could practice that car, that track, with the same conditions that the daily races have. You know, they don't have to be a hosted server where you can go on track with somebody else, but at least you could get on track with the same conditions that the race is going to be in. And if you were going to put practice servers behind a paywall, well, do so. Then you can practice online with other people, but give people the opportunity to practice on their own even with the same conditions that the race is going to be in. Now, I've no idea how that would work or how that would be implemented. I can basically just about make a cup of coffee and get a biscuit out of the cupboard, never mind work out what goes on behind the scenes to make that happen. So that's how I could see a workaround for that. Practice on my own. If I didn't want to practice on my own, then I've got to put my hand in my pocket, and that's just the way it is. But give us an alternative. Now, the other thing I'm going to mention, which is the most stupid thing I've ever heard in sim racing, is the Joker. Now, the idea behind this, and I kind of get it, I really do, I kind of understand it, is that every 10 races that you do, every 10 online ranked races you do in Le Mans Ultimate, you would get one Joker, which means that at any point in the future, if you had a bad race, if somebody took you out or if you binned it yourself, then you could use your Joker and the results for that race, your driver rank and your safety rank, it wouldn't count. So you wouldn't lose anything. And I understand it. I get it. So you get one Joker every 10 races. So if you do 30 races, you've got 3 Jokers and you can't hold more than 3 Jokers. Now, I don't like this for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it gives people an opportunity to drive differently to how they normally would. If you've got it in the back of your mind that there's a Joker there that you can use, you might go for a move that you normally wouldn't go for. You might be a bit more aggressive. There's more potential for taking somebody out. And those guys might not subscribe to Race Control Pro or Race Control Pro Plus. They might not have a Joker. So because you put your hand in your pocket, you might be able to drive a little bit more reckless, take somebody out. You can delete it because you've got a few quid. They can't. Now, I've seen a couple of people commenting online saying, oh, this is pay to win. It's not. You don't gain anything. The problem is you don't lose anything. And your driver rank and your safety rank isn't going to be a true reflection of you as a driver. If you're aggressive, if you get involved in incidents, then naturally your driver rank and your safety rank will decrease. And then you're going to have to put the work in to get it back up. That's just how online ranked racing works. Now, I don't think anybody would use it as a way to intentionally take somebody out because they'll get protested. So I don't think it's going to turn people into absolute maniacs and they'll have one race where they just go berserk. I don't think that's going to happen. I just think it's got the potential to change the mentality of how people behave on track. Now, a workaround this for me, if they were going to have a Joker system and the ability to delete some, results regarding safety rating and driver ranking, is to have it where you could apply. I mean, I know this is probably going to take more work for Le Mans Ultimate, but have it so you could apply for that race result to be deleted. So you've got a Joker, you get taken out turn 1, no fault of your own. I'll apply to get that result deleted. Le Mans Ultimate, yeah, you weren't at fault. You can use your Joker. But if I'm racing around and driving and pushing, I lose it, bin it all by myself, throw it into the wall, race over. That's on me. I need to get better. I shouldn't then be able to delete that one. So I'm not a fan of the Joker system in any way, shape or form, but I don't think we, the drivers, should just be able to use it whenever we like. I think there should be an application where you apply to use your Joker. If LMU agree that you weren't at fault, then it can be deleted. Now, before we wrap it up, I've got to say that I absolutely love Le Mans Ultimate. I love the way it looks. I love the way it drives. I love the way it simulates everything. Like Studio 397, Motorsport Games have done an absolutely cracking job to get it where it is. And it's evolving and it's developing and it's only going to get bigger. But that being said, if this Joker feature is implemented how they say it's going to be, then I won't be on Le Mans Ultimate. Now, you might say, oh, that's a bit extreme, Dave. And it might well be, but that's how I feel. I like nothing more than to race other people online, and get matched up with people of a similar skill level. A level playing field, and everybody's got the same on the line, the driver rank and the safety rank. Nobody wants to lose it. We all want to gain it. But this Joker feature definitely changes the landscape. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. Try and keep it civil. I know LMU are trying to make a few quid. They're trying to get money in so they can branch out and develop what they've already got. But I don't like the way it's planned. And in this video, I've come up with a couple of suggestions which might give them food for thought. Who knows? But let me know what you think down below in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great week. See you later. Cheers. Julie, where's my guitar?